So Nintendo, specifically over in Japan, just surprised us by uploading a whole overview trailer for Mario Strikers Battle League. And this is not at all what we expected near the end of the week. So, ahoy folks, and welcome to this quick GameXplain discussion on the new Mario Strikers trailer. I am Tris, and I am joined by Joey, who hasn't played Mario Strikers much.
Nope. I have friends would come over, they'd bring their copies of, I believe it was the first one, Super
On
Mario
GameCube?
Strikers. Yeah, and never touched the Wii one. It's so interesting. The first two games came out like 2 years apart of each other, I think. Mm-hmm. This is 15 years later. The third.
Yeah.
This is only the third Mario Strikers game. My goodness.
It's been a while, honestly. It really has been a while, but it's exciting though. Like we haven't heard anything about this game since the February Direct, and everyone started to assume it's probably because Switch Sports was coming. Switch Sports also had soccer, so everyone was figuring this first week or two after Switch Sports released, we'll be getting Mario Strikers. And lo and behold, specifically in Japan, we did. And the whole website launched with it and everything, so there's a lot here. A lot more than we've had the chance to look into before recording this discussion, so this is more of an initial reaction here. I guess to start off, I'm still surprised, because I know people are going to be saying this, I'm still surprised there's no Daisy or other characters yet. It's the same roster from what we saw at the beginning, at the reveal. And it sounds like since this game is putting such a heavy focus on the 4v4, there's only 10 characters right now. It's kind of light on the content from the get-go, from what this overview trailer lets us believe. Do you think we'll get, like... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, such is the case, it seems, for Mario sports games lately. They launch, and I'm not sure about Aces. I don't remember if Aces was light on the content when it came out, Mario Tennis. I remember there was quite a bit of controversy, if you can even call it that, about Mario Golf. What was it called again? Super Rush. Thank you.
Yeah.
And how there was just not really much content there either. And even, what's it called? Nintendo Switch Sports doesn't have some of the sports in it. I think, are we just waiting for golf? Or are we waiting for anything else? Guys, I've been gone for like 2 months, everyone, so relax.
First, I took off my glasses because I noticed the trailer was reflecting and distracting me, actually.
You gotta do the Switch dramatic Sports... take off the glasses. Let's see what we got here. So,
specifically, for Switch Sports, there's like other sports data mined, but yeah, golf is the big one. Ironically, something Mario has also recently covered. So yeah, what's interesting is it feels like the other Mario sports games, this is kind of light on the content to start off with, but it's a completely different developer. This is Next Level Games, as opposed to Camelot, who did tennis and golf. So it's interesting seeing that they're still taking that route for it. But I would be shocked if there wasn't more content in this game, whether it's unlocked as you go, since this game's pretty heavy on like customizing a build. So, and we'll get into that in a moment. So I'm sure there'll be some level of unlocking things with that. Maybe there'll be unlockable characters, but I'm sure they'll start doing like post-launch updates for this too. So all the Daisy fans that really want Daisy will get Daisy at some point. Just maybe not day one out of the box, evidently.
Not Daisy one.
Oh, I walked right into that one.
You did.
So, this is definitely looking to be a good evolution of previous Mario Strikers games. And you mentioned specifically playing the GameCube one. This looks like it's a good blend of the two and taking it further. Because Mario Strikers Charged had a very specific look that was very gritty, but this doesn't have that. It looks closer to the normal soccer of the original Mario Strikers, while also going just as wild as Strikers Charged.
I thought the original Mario Strikers was gritty too. Like they were all gritty. They were.
You're right.
They had no right to be as like edgy as they were. It was. I remember watching the gameplay and just thinking, "Oh my gosh, there's like explosions everywhere. Everyone looks so mad." And like this new entry kind of has the same thing, but a bit toned down, but they still it has that signature, like, I don't know how to explain it, rough kind of art style to it, especially when you go into like those special moves and then it turns into like a gritty old comic book. It's you still got to get that intensity in there. But I don't think we're going to see Waluigi. I don't think we're going to see Waluigi doing that signature taunt of his, unfortunately. Nintendo in 2007 was unhinged. it is next level. True, that's true, man. Next level. I love their games. Like ever since I would consider myself a newer Next Level Games fan because of just Luigi's Mansion 3. It was just amazing. And that's actually what I've noticed here. They've really carried over the animation style from Luigi's Mansion 3 into Mario Strikers Battle League, because the way the characters move is just Pixar level animation, and that's just what Next Level Games specializes in.
It was really nice seeing like the little like character intros or like the special shots of the characters, how overly animated they are. It actually reminded me of Mario and Rabbids, because Mario Rabbids also has that, where they're very like cartoony in like every little movement they do, and it just makes it feel really special. And you only really see that from Ubisoft at Mario Rabbids and Next Level Games. And they, as you mentioned, they did a great job with that in Luigi's Mansion 3, and I'm excited to see them do that with all the characters here in Mario Strikers. To go a little into, I guess we talked about the animations, but specifically the gameplay side of it, it looks even more technical than the previous two games, and that's really exciting, because with the previous two Mario Strikers games, not really that it came down to a specific formula, but sometimes depending on who you were up against, like if you were playing against someone that just knew the game better, that's it. You're not really going to stand much of a chance against them. But there's a lot more tech going on here. I mean, you can essentially push one of your teammates to get an even further shot for them. Like you could push someone along to help them steal the ball, or to help them get away from incoming opponents. There's a lot of extra teamwork and tech to it all that I think will really add to the depth to the game and make it even crazier of a soccer game.
The game's already crazy enough. Why do they need to keep making it crazier? They gotta keep... That's probably why it took them 15 years, because they're just like, how do we make this more crazy?
That kind of makes sense too when you think about it, because Striker's Charge already felt like how do you evolve from this? And so many of the Mario sports games are often about trying to do something new with it, usually at least. So it kind of makes sense that that's what they're trying to do here. And it's everywhere. It's from the gameplay mechanics itself evolving from what we had before to the high level of character animations. Like everything about it is a step up, and that's so good. Like I literally just happened to look over at the trailer on the side to see Waluigi holds the rose in his mouth again.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank
Important
goodness.
Waluigi content.
Pre-order secured.
It's honestly looking to be really fun though, and seeing like the character stats and the level of detail in it all is really exciting.
That's for sure. I was watching it just wondering, first of all, when it's in Japanese, you can't understand a lot, especially when they're explaining a whole lot. So hopefully by the time, by the next morning, whenever we're recording this, I don't know if this is going up tonight. It has to, because the trailer just came out. But yeah, hopefully we'll get an English trailer soon, so I know what they're saying. But I understood that that there are character stats that you can increase their speed. I don't know if that's tied per character. Did you notice that? I know usually they're tied per character. Yeah,
usually the Mario sports games, like characters have their own stats. They're usually sorted by like technical, speed, all around, things like that. And that seems to be the case here as well, the way they go over characters in this trailer and on the website. But there's also all this like equipment for the characters, like the armor, like on their chest, their like gloves, helmets, and those also completely mess around with the character stats. Like from what we see, it looks like they show comparisons of without some of the gear and with more of the gear, like the kicks get stronger,
okay,
the character
that's
speed changes. So it's a mix of both.
Interesting.
And that definitely seems to add a lot. It's kind of exciting.
That is exciting because this is a new feature, totally, right?
Yep.
They didn't, because I don't remember them having armor and stuff in the first two games.
They had armor as part of their character designs,
right,
and that was all they had before. Just from looking over the trailer again, a big fun note is the online for this looks pretty good too. Obviously, having the Mario sports games online, they're always a big deal and always really fun, but the amount you can do with this one, I mean, even from the first trailer, we knew there's like the clubs or the leagues that you can set up with other players, and up to 4, up to 8, and a lot you can do with those. But now we're starting to see a little bit more how in-depth that gets. I mean, you can have multiple characters playing, I don't know about on the same team necessarily, but in the same match. So if you want to play Dittos with someone where you all have, I don't know, Toad, Peach, Bowser, and Luigi on both teams, you could do that. You'll make it real confusing, I'm sure, but you could totally do that if you want. And it's kind of nice to see that they do that, because I don't remember how Strikers Charge specifically did it. I didn't play that one online a lot, but I know a lot of Mario games earlier on, they tried to avoid having multiples of the same character kind of appear. And then, you know, Mario Kart decided, now we're going to have everyone be Waluigi online, or everyone be Funky Kong online, and then screw that logic. That's all gone now.
You could play as Funky Kong?
In Mario Kart Wii,
Okay, I forgot about that. My goodness. What have I been doing with my life? I don't even have Mario Kart Wii, dude. What's going on?
Oh, you got to go back to it now.
I do.
You got to get it and go back to it.
Yeah.
But it's really fun seeing this game shape up. And, I mean, we're roughly a month out from when it'll be coming out, so it's about time. Honestly.
It is about time. I remember when the trailer was uploaded on our channel, when I put it on there, just the comments were like, finally, finally, finally. And I just forgot that this game was revealed like 3 months ago. Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, I feel like I just saw this trailer yesterday. Like, the passage of time is weird when you're a father, so...
Yeah, I can only begin to imagine how weird time feels for you right now. But
yeah, it's fast and it's slow at the same time. Let's just say that.
I can only imagine. But I think to start to wrap up here, one area I do want to touch upon that still seems kind of different from the older games, and I've been wondering this for a while. The stages themselves, the fields, I guess technically is the right word for it. In previous games, they were more like actual locations, which included like hazards on the field. We don't really see that this time around. This time around, it seems more thematic more than anything else.
And
the
you
visuals
can, like,
change, but
and you could like combine 2 stages into one. What that's cool, I guess, but why? What purpose does that serve gameplay wise?
Yeah, gameplay-wise, it's interesting, but it almost makes me think of the idea of, like, home team and away team. And we did see on the Japanese website you can customize an area. So it looks like you can build up, set whatever goal you want, set the whole arena, field, thematically, however you want it to be. So maybe, like, when playing online, if you match up with someone, that'll give your field on one side and their field on the other. So maybe it's more so... It's less so thematic to less so for gameplay purposes. So no mechanics based on the field, and rather it's more about representing the team element, since that seems to be a much bigger part in this case than it did in previous games. Which soccer's a team-based sport. It's kind of surprising it took this long to go this in on it.
They committed to the bit there, didn't they? Just like, what if we took one stage and another stage and just...
It's neat though. I mean, you know, we've seen one theme to like Peach's Castle, Bowser's Castle, Luigi's Mansion, like Donkey Kong's like Jungle Hut. Like it's pretty fun seeing what's there, and I'm definitely curious if there's more.
Me too. I'm not sure if I will jump into this game right away, because just Mario sports games aren't really my bag. But I'm excited that it's finally coming back after 15 years. I still just can't fathom that. Like, Nintendo just sits on franchises for as long as people are alive. And then it might, like my half brother is younger than how long it took for this game to come out.
Oh, that really puts time into perspective, doesn't it?
Exactly. He was born a year after Mario Strikers charged. So it's lived his whole life without a new Mario Strikers. Like, well,
finally, he has one now. It's really good to have Mario Strikers back in and being excited for it. I'm definitely excited to get this like day one. I wasn't as big on Mario Golf Super Rush. Mario Golf is fun, but it's always hit or miss for me. Tennis I like, but it's Mario Strikers and the Mario Baseball games that are like my 2 favorites. So seeing Strikers coming back and getting this much love, oh, I'm really excited. It's only a month away.
And then next time, hopefully, Mario Baseball.
Hopefully. All right. Well, do you have any closing final thoughts that you want to touch upon before we wrap up here?
Just a question for the audience. Give me one good reason to buy this game on launch day. Just do it.
Ooh.
I dare you.
Gotta look through those comments and see what we get then.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Well, I think that'll wrap up this discussion on the Japanese overview trailer for Mario Strikers Battle League. We'll probably maybe be back if an English one comes out and we can understand a lot more of it then. So stay tuned for a potential additional discussion on this when we know a bit more. But otherwise, stay tuned to GameXplain for plenty more on Mario Strikers Battle League, Mario in general, and other things gaming as well. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, farewell.